There is a kind of strength most people misunderstand. It does not shout. It does not rush. It does not react. It stands still while chaos moves around it. This is the strength of the tranquil warrior. Not the warrior driven by anger, not the one fueled by adrenaline or ego, but the one who remains centered when everything else collapses. Most people believe mental strength means aggression, pushing harder, forcing outcomes, dominating situations. But the ancient warriors knew something modern minds have forgotten. The strongest mind is the one that cannot be disturbed. Today, we explore how to become mentally untouchable, how to develop a mind so stable that stress, criticism, uncertainty, and emotional storms can no longer control you. This is not motivation. This is not hype. This is a way of being. The Tranquil Warrior archetype. Across history, the most respected warriors shared one trait: calm under pressure. Samurai masters, Stoic philosophers, Zen monks, they all trained not just the body, but the mind that commands it. A tranquil warrior does not seek conflict, yet is never shaken by it. They do not suppress emotions, but they are never ruled by them. They feel fear, but fear does not decide their actions. They experience anger, but anger does not guide their hand. This is emotional sovereignty, and it begins with a simple realization. If your inner state can be controlled by external events, you are not strong. You are reactive. Why most minds are easily touched. Look closely at modern life. A single comment can ruin someone's day. A delayed message creates anxiety. A minor inconvenience triggers frustration. An unexpected problem causes panic. Why? Because most people live without an inner center. Their peace depends on circumstances. Their confidence depends on validation. Their stability depends on things going their way. This is not strength. This is fragility disguised as busyness. The tranquil warrior builds strength differently, not by controlling the world, but by mastering their response to it. The core principle: inner stillness. At the heart of the tranquil warrior mindset is one principle above all others: stillness before action. Before reacting, pause. Before speaking, observe. Before deciding, return to center. This pause is invisible to others, but everything changes inside it. The Stoics called this prohairesis, the power to choose your response. Zen called it mushin, no mind, the absence of inner turbulence. Different names, same discipline. A tranquil warrior does not rush into motion. They move only after the mind is clear. Most people think emotional strength means becoming cold. They suppress, they deny, they pretend they don't feel. But suppression is not strength. It is pressure building beneath the surface. The tranquil warrior chooses a different path. They allow emotions to exist without allowing emotions to rule. This is the difference between being affected and being controlled. An insult may arrive. It is noticed, but it does not pierce. A failure may occur. It is acknowledged, but it does not define. A storm may rise, but the center holds. This is emotional armor, not hardness, but depth. The warrior and the storm. Imagine two warriors. One fights the storm, tense, angry, resisting every gust. The other stands grounded, breathing, balanced, unmoved. The storm passes. Only one remains unchanged. The tranquil warrior understands a crucial truth. What you resist internally grows stronger. What you observe calmly loses its grip. This is why emotional resilience is not built through force, but through awareness. The practice of non-reactivity. Non-reactivity does not mean passivity. It means you decide when and how to act. Most people react instantly because they are uncomfortable with silence. They rush to speak, rush to explain, rush to defend. The Tranquil Warrior is comfortable waiting. They let the first impulse pass. They let the emotional wave peak and fall. Only then do they respond. In this space, clarity appears, and clarity is power. Why calm is intimidating. Have you ever noticed how unsettling a calm person can be? When others are frantic and someone remains composed, it creates tension. Why? Because calm exposes chaos. The Tranquil Warrior does not mirror emotional noise. They refuse to be pulled into it. This refusal is not arrogance. It is discipline. And discipline creates presence. A presence so grounded that others feel it immediately. Building emotional endurance. Emotional endurance is trained the same way physical endurance is trained. Gradually, consistently, intentionally. You do not aim to eliminate emotion. You aim to stay centered while feeling it. Each time you remain calm under pressure, your nervous system learns a new pattern. Each time you pause instead of react, you become harder to shake. Over time, something changes. What once overwhelmed you no longer reaches your core. You are still human, but you are no longer fragile. Every Tranquil Warrior is built around one thing: a center that does not move. Most people don't have a center. They have reactions. They have moods. They have impulses. Their inner state shifts with every external change. Praise lifts them. Criticism crushes them. Uncertainty destabilizes them. This is why they are easily touched. The Tranquil Warrior is different. They do not anchor themselves to outcomes, to opinions, or to circumstances. They anchor to principle. Principle over emotion. Emotion is temporary. Circumstances are unstable. Opinions are unreliable. Principles endure. Stoic warriors lived by this rule. So did disciplined monks. So did commanders who survived chaos. They asked one question before acting: is this within my control? If it was, they acted calmly and decisively. If it wasn't, they released it without resistance. This single distinction eliminates enormous mental suffering. Most anxiety comes from trying to control what was never yours to command. The Tranquil Warrior wastes no energy there. Stability in the middle of pressure. Pressure reveals structure. When pressure increases, weak systems collapse. Strong systems stabilize. Your mind is a system. When stress arrives, does your thinking scatter or does it narrow? Do your emotions explode or do they settle? The Tranquil Warrior trains for pressure before pressure arrives. They simulate difficulty internally through discipline and reflection, so that when real challenges appear, nothing feels unfamiliar. Chaos is only terrifying when it is new. Mental untouchability is not isolation. Becoming mentally untouchable does not mean withdrawing from life. It means participating fully without being internally torn apart. You still care. You still engage. You still feel. But your inner state no longer swings violently. You stop leaking energy through constant emotional reactions. This conserved energy turns into clarity, focus, and quiet confidence. People sense this. They may not understand it, but they feel it. The quiet confidence of the warrior. True confidence is silent. It does not announce itself. It does not seek validation. It does not need approval. It comes from knowing that no matter what happens externally, your inner ground remains intact. This is why tranquil warriors do not argue endlessly, do not justify constantly, do not defend their worth. They know who they are, and what cannot be shaken cannot be threatened. Every life contains storms, uncertainty, loss, conflict, pressure you didn't choose. What separates the tranquil warrior from the reactive mind is not the absence of storms, but the way they stand within them. Most people collapse inward the moment things go wrong. Their thoughts scatter, their emotions spike, their decisions deteriorate. The tranquil warrior does the opposite. When pressure increases, they slow down. Why slowing down is a weapon. In moments of chaos, speed feels instinctive. React now, fix it immediately, say something before it gets worse. But speed without clarity creates damage. The tranquil warrior understands this. The mind that slows under pressure sees paths the frantic mind cannot. Slowing down is not hesitation. It is tactical restraint. It allows perception to sharpen. It allows emotion to settle. It allows reason to return. This is how warriors survive confusion without losing direction. The internal battlefield. The real battle is never external. The real battlefield is inside your nervous system. When stress appears, your body prepares for threat. Heart rate increases, breathing tightens, thoughts narrow. If you are unaware of this process, your body decides for you. The tranquil warrior trains awareness so that physiology does not dictate behavior. They notice the tension. They notice the urge to react. They do not obey it. This moment between impulse and action is where mental untouchability is forged. Centering under fire. Ancient warriors practiced centering rituals before battle for a reason. Not to hype themselves up, but to stabilize. Centering is simple, but not easy. It means returning attention to something steady when everything feels unstable. The breath, posture, a single point of focus. This anchors the mind. Once centered, the storm loses its power to disorient. You may still be in danger, you may still face loss, but you are no longer internally scattered. And that changes everything. Why others lose control. Most people have never trained for emotional pressure. They trained for comfort, for routine, for predictability. So when life disrupts that comfort, they panic. The tranquil warrior expects disruption. They prepare for it mentally long before it arrives. This preparation does not make them pessimistic. It makes them resilient. You do not fear storms when you know how to stand in wind. Mental untouchability is not a personality trait. It is a trained condition. No one is born a tranquil warrior. They are forged through deliberate practice. The mind, like the body, adapts to what it is repeatedly exposed to. Expose it to chaos without awareness, and it becomes fragile. Expose it to pressure with control, and it becomes stable. The first exercise: stillness under discomfort. Once a day, sit in silence without distraction. No phone, no music, no stimulation. Your mind will resist. Thoughts will race. restlessness will appear. Do not escape. Stay. This trains your nervous system to remain calm without external soothing. A warrior who cannot sit with himself will never stand firm against the world. The second exercise, delayed reaction. When something triggers you, an insult, frustration, anxiety, delay your response. Do not suppress the emotion. Do not act on it. Wait 10 seconds. Observe the sensation in the body. Notice how it rises and falls. This simple delay rewires your mind. It teaches you that emotion does not require obedience. With repetition, your reactions weaken and your control strengthens. The third exercise, voluntary hardship. Comfort weakens the mind. The Tranquil Warrior introduces controlled difficulty on their own terms. Cold exposure, early rising, physical exertion, mental discipline. Not for punishment, but for familiarity with discomfort. When hardship becomes familiar, unexpected stress loses its edge. You stop being shocked by difficulty. You remain composed. Daily mental posture. Every morning, ask yourself, what is within my control today? Focus only on that. Every evening, reflect. Where did I remain calm? And where did I lose center? This reflection builds awareness. Awareness builds choice. Choice builds mastery. The final transformation. When these practices become habit, something fundamental changes. You stop being reactive. You stop being easily disturbed. You stop being controlled by emotional weather. You become someone who can stand in tension without breaking. Others may call you cold. Others may call you distant. They are mistaken. You are not detached. You are grounded. This is the Tranquil Warrior mindset. Calm, clear, unshaken. And once your mind reaches this state, there is very little the world can do to touch you.